People talk about Lincoln Park, people talk about Lakeview, Wrigleyville, Boys Town, Uptown, but there's one neighborhood up in that area that I've only heard about once. And based on the title of the video, you can probably guess that I'm talking about Roscoe Village. I'd never been there, so I decided to go in blind without doing much research and see what Roscoe Village was all about. And Roscoe surprised me in a very real way. I figured, based on my own biases, that Roscoe Village was going to be like a lot of the neighborhoods on the north side, sort of quietish and anonymous in the way cities tend to be. The sort where your neighbor could die and you'd only know when the moving trucks came in for the next homeowner. But Roscoe feels tangibly different for some reason. The main strip along Roscoe Street feels exceptionally like a small town main street, except with better food and fewer shops full of overpriced knickknacks. I didn't hear any cars honking, and I saw plenty of kids walking or biking to school without any parents around, which was very strange to see. At one point, I heard a kid scream very loudly, and in Chicago, that's generally some cause for concern. But apparently, there was a spider in the car, and the kid's parent started saying very loudly, "Oh, call 911." The other thing I noticed was that the homes and apartments felt much closer to the sort of homes and apartments normal people could reasonably afford. There are a lot of areas on the north side where your ability to purchase a home is directly correlated to your ability to win the lottery or have rich parents, but it definitely feels more modest in Roscoe Village. I checked the real estate listings and there are two beds for 1700 a month or three beds for 2500 a month, which is very reasonable. It seems like the reasonably priced homes are probably snapped up very quickly, but I did see a fairly nice four-bed home for under 700,000, which for the area is pretty good. At the end of Roscoe Street, you get to Western Avenue, which transports you back to the city. There are two large grocery stores plus a drugstore directly in one shopping center, which is pretty handy for a neighborhood. But once you get outside the main section of the neighborhood, people start honking their horns and acting like it's Chicago again. Very strange. It's like they treat Roscoe Village as church or something. Maybe the reason I find this area so charming is nostalgia for me. I grew up in a small town, and Roscoe feels somewhat similar. But for me, nostalgia always presents itself as a longing for the good parts of long ago, wishing everything had been good. Where I lived was pretty boring and felt sort of suffocating. It never really felt like the place for me. But Roscoe Village, maybe because it's new to me and maybe because of the urban planning, feels like the small town I wish I'd grown up in. It was funny though, as I was exploring, I kept repeating the phrase, "It's like a small town in the city," thinking how clever I was to have such a snappy title. But as I went to leave, I saw the lettering on this bridge, which declares itself as the village within the city. So I think their branding is right on target. If there are any other neighborhoods in the city you think I should check out, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.